Playing too clear, but we've already got WIN challenging Federalis up close and personal.
Oh, if you ask about being bold, this is the guy who's being bold, Federalis, right now. And WIN is actually one of the highest Terminator in one single round. 1,500 last time we remembered. No, it was 1,645 damage. Because I'm sorry to disappoint you, but put it on hold for a bit. Hell being charged by TODAK, and TODAK has been going strong this season as well, getting a great start, taking 2 members Hales out, but we do know the recall is going to always be there available for them, especially in first stage. That's why we're looking at aggressive and proactive rotation for a lot of teams out there due to the recall tower. And in fact, okay, you talked about being bold, strong, yeah, okay, but when you're actually watching it live, it's such a different vibe. But Mika put out, this is what I mentioned, even 7-9, I mean, they can challenge each other on par on the same benchmark. The only that making a difference between a great and legendary
recall tower to actually bring back their teammates as well. It's not going to be an easy task because they're pretty much landlocked. And now back towards the Mixer gang. It is going to be a tough call right now as they're dealing with the rest of Blue Squad right across our screens. And Xbox is being able to pin another member down. 2 points already as he's going for
the players, of course. They've been in this tournament for a long time, but it's just York that they managed to spot out even Richard. But for GLUKF, it's quite difficult for them to actually flush the rest of 7-9 down, MXG down, if they don't have throwables. But at least on the side of GLU, MXG, Sui Boy did made a mistake just now by jumping down. That was unnecessary from my opinion, but it depends on your situation. Yeah, got slow, getting on the inside. Now leaving with a tree. Well, we do have Bakari's been recalled back, but unfortunately that recall, so he's done. Yesterday we outplayed all the teams, but back to his own boys. MAQNA lost one player. That was Kim, Buzz lineup is going to be Limboy. Now, belated birthday for Shaman's birthday. Didn't turn out so well for Homebois MAQNA Esports, but at least they make it through into the Super Weekend, which still yesterday's birthday buff seems hopefully to be ineffective. But Limboy, they cannot afford to lose this player, but hopefully for the side of Homebois MAQNA, they do eArena also the teams. It's going to set the tone whether they can actually overtake Team Flash by end of tomorrow.
To play in such a manner that it is a little bit more forgivable now that we're going down to 1 versus 1 because Tiger X will be able to at one FaZe Clan now on the challenge up against Moan. He's got a grenade in hand, but Chacho, he's gonna push right through.
It's easy for them to go for the recall, but it's down to, is it gonna be around Rinjang for the next circle or still be gone by then?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them actually over to
go for the recall again, and GLU reset it into 4 players. But like I mentioned before, they will be recalling inside of the blue zone, and now that's not going to be great at all for Alter Ego or to be very well worked for now. But for VOIN, seems like they're being charged. It's going to be a team secret. Well, it's also no need to use weapons when there's vehicles laying around, I guess.
Wow, he just handled 3 members all by himself, and just like that, Razak, he absolutely popped them out of the field. 3 back-to-back blows, just like that. Razak is an absolute bomb. Make a scene right now. Hexus as well as Noel to fall soon to gate crash their way, but doesn't seem that they were only to one threat. 30K, he jumped down, looking for an entry point, and Norman managing to suppress the entirety of the squad. Blue, they bow out, 7 points.
After we get to see the overalls later on, but this is the first match of the day. So this is pretty much the overalls right now. Federalis, Razy, and Red FaZe, they're going for a 1-2-1 formation with Alva spotted out by Red FaZe. I guess Red FaZe finally back on the game. It's been a while. He's actually in action, or he plays, but it's so hard to see him actually have lived longer than how he used to. Unfortunately, Federal has been caught down, but MAQNA also a potential on the rise player coming up from Alter Ego as well as Snape here right now. Despite losing Alva and also Rosemary, they still managed to give such crazy firepower, and BTR slowly losing their men here.
Yeah, it's just great gatekeeping techniques from all the members of Alter Ego. Snake has got all the ground being covered up, and therefore there's just no entry for the side of BTR. Meanwhile, FaZe Clan holding out by themselves. VOIN Donkey on the charge trying to take them down. Chacho just remains solid as a rock. Takes down 2 members all by himself, but he needs to deal with Foxy first. He does have a little bit of an angle coming from the hillside, so he might be able to spot out Foxy, but how much time can be bought? Chopper now being revived. Zeta could actually provide a little bit more of that intel, so Foxy What can he do? Behind that rock in the hard place, and now he's running out of that space. Irvs getting involved. And what I really love about this update is that even those troubles can actually create a little bit of a crater for them to hide out with. So that is going to be a little bit of dent being put towards Irvs, which will not be, though. Where can he go realistically? He's being spotted out yet again by Mixer Gang.
I see that one coming early on, but we're down to the top 5 teams here right now, and FaZe Clan might not be joining the top 4. Due to the blunder they had before, giving away their own position. I don't know how to feel when you needed your own teammate. But for FaZe Clan, eArena will try to take them down. Here comes a nade cooking over. It seems like a perfect trajectory, and chip down a bit of the HP thanks to that miracle rock in between, as well as their boulders. But TODAK, now he's trying to find that off angle. They need to go around and wrap this fight around FaZe Clan. By chance they get stolen for those points as well. But at least on TODAK, he barely missed. It just shows down to only LZ. He calls for another boulder. Lucky he didn't actually get squished down by those around the circle, which you can spot too as TODAK. Those boulders, will they last? They got a very small shack as well. Here comes a rush frenzy. Just fire whatever there is within the smoke. Hopefully it will somehow connect, and it does. MSG down to only 2 players. TODAK playing defense in this very small fortress, also surrounded by so many boulders, but it's gonna be a 2v2v3. Now, the one that can actually change so much is down to Team Secret. If they can actually finish off the rest of eArena, that's going to last than 6 seconds on the clock. We got to see whether they have to be forced to get out from those small shack or not right now. And unfortunately, they'll be the first one to be taken out by the blue because we're heading into stage 9 anyway. So MXG, no more hide and no more play hide and seek. They have to force their way out. That's why we get to see the smokes being popped. They will try to make a move or try to build a crate in the center, hoping they will somehow get an advantage to advance forward. But when it comes to eArena, TODAK chip down a lot of damage, leaving only Mormon alone. Things seem to be brewing quite not right for the side of eArena. They need to get for the revival, but unfortunately make it on time. Now Mormon, how does he play this 1v2v3?
Yeah, it's just so rough. It was a beautiful angle for Getslow to be able to get that knock over the Doki, and now they created that space, like you said. Mormon back against the blue zone. He is forced out of that tree, and the grenades dropping close, but not enough to take out Mormon just yet. Juke still got another grenade in hand, but that's not quite enough. Juke lands the perfect blow, and now it's between Secret versus MXG, and they got them all pinched in that tight corner.
Well, we get the
of Sem 9 while they try to pave the passage in.
But it's down to the circle. We'll be mentioned entirely. We'll be pulling back down south. It's going to be in the center, slightly inside of the town of this night.
Regions have improved in the form of margins. Now, it really feels like the old metallic methods coming from VX doesn't seem to have worked out for 2 weeks in a row now. And Boxy takes a quick stop, but he's getting spotted out. And that was just rough with Hill arriving to the scene. They gotta cut their losses right now, so that's heavy firepower loss from the side of
It's a good start of the day. But for FaZe Clan, on the other hand, Shopper will have to fight the indoors by himself. Chaco coming up from behind. Shamil, it's going to be a different building entirely, but they're back reunited inside. Elsie still bleeding out. SSC with the bites on. Here comes the Demolly trying to flush them out. They try to force Homebois MAQNA players to get out from their hiding spot and all those corners. But for the side of FaZe Clan, do they still have plenty of throwables? We don't see a lot that will be contributing too much on the side of SSC. But Kim, the cover fire is a bit too far now to help those players who's bleeding inside.
Oh, that was a beautiful Molotov as well.
Rosemary.
They are trying to zone him out. And SOZIP, can he actually bridge right through? There's just such a tight space. Rosemary with his arrival is going to cause a whole lot of hurt to FaZe Clan.
Rosemary, he just sniffed the fights like it's nobody's business. This is their compass. The gunshot and the one that cleaning up the crew is going to be Alter Ego. None of these teams winning over this side. Except for Alter Ego, of course. While Shamil's still bleeding out, he's going to be contributing to as a point on the side of not really FaZe. He got down and nobody...
And now it's going to be KF once again, popping off so many names on the ground, and he's looking to ace out the entirety of Hill Esports. And there it goes. Even Zeus wants to get involved, but it's Blue to clear it up in an instant.
They're not.
He's been hiding there for a very long time as he slowly watches his team getting deteriorated by the rest of Alter Ego, but he's got no other option but to really keep himself intact. While Blue, they go in for another dive bomb onto 7-9, but somehow Yuhai will be able to hold down the line, and it's Blue that got crushed instead. All thanks to Amazon and Yuhai.
They're being pressured, and here, been gatekeeping for the longest time. Fury will be taken by Vikings, but these Avis and Nays being cooked. They will toss around Vikings here within those smokes. WOONT, if he's not leaving, it's gonna be trouble. But Team Flash taking a jab against the Xavier. Got a bit of a revenge since Lamborghini knocked down one of their players from afar just now. They just, you know, return the favor at this point. But for Vikings, it seems like a three-way war on the left side. Including eArena want to be part of Vikings just now. Finally got eliminated. Here comes a nade flying over. Seems like a perfect trajectory. There goes one job from Joker's side. Vikings are losing their members like flies down there. Down to only WOONT. It's not cluttered up together before. But the cover fight cannot be done at this point. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, not the of DX, but also at the same time Vikings. Just by swinging by a little rather late, that was so clean. 5 points and not even a single drop of damage being done to those members of eArena was just impeccable.
Multiple nades, still not phased at all by Zeta. Can he get Macari? He's already got himself a DBS. The S12K versus the DBS. We'll see who's got the better gun here. But Zeta, he has to pray that nobody tried to shoot him from behind. He managed to actually get out from the crosshair, but TODAK! That was brutal! Brutal indeed! Taking a highlight like that for Dap. But here comes a different team completely. TODAK versus MXG. They thought it's just going to be one player of VOIN just now. But the entire crew of TODAK now crashing into this compound.
The timing is just so unreal. The way that he just rampaged through that member of VOIN got it, and now even Team Secret comes right through, and they're the ones who take out MXG. And now they're not going to stop at that at all. Dep, the next one to falter. Frentizi trying to see if there's going to be any leeway, but the entirety of Team Secret is just too overwhelming to deal with right now.
They thought they had this going for TODAK. Now it feels like they're having a bit of a taste of their own medicine. Franzi spotted out his teammate being shot right across him, but he's waiting for the ones coming from the doors. He spotted them one out, managed to get on one with the BIGETRON, but unfortunately, Team Secret, like you mentioned, overwhelmed them. It's going to be a big triumph about Alter Ego. Why is including BTR and Vampires at the same time? But whilst we're talking about that, the great Titans have spoken. eArena versus Team Flash on the other side.
And now, BTR looking to infiltrate the compounds. Ring around the Rosie. Gui tries to find the angles right at this moment. Mela preparing himself for this onslaught while Vexy gets taken out upon arrival. Big hole. Meanwhile, Lazarus, the moment he steps out of line, he gets punished for it. Now down to Razy as well as Federal is a 2 versus 1 scenario. It seems like their wings are slowly getting clipped out. Mela, the only one remaining, holding over the high ground. Or should I say the top floor instead? There's
1v1, 1v1!
And now down to him! And Razy managing to clutch that scenario, but look who's here. Team Secret once again on the hunt.
Don't you dare! This is disgusting coming up from Team Secret. Nasty but fun to watch. Oh man, this add up more points. 11 coming up from the players. Just now it's bleeding out. Vampires, they had that one. Kind of gives away his position. Yeah, now there's no other teams nearby. Top's keeping an eye tight onto Kim right now. Yeah, you see Top's. Just tap it, son. But Kim's not doing it. I think the rest is going to be history if he's not being careful. Look at Win giving the pressure on. Yep, Kim managed to take it down Tops. Kim with this one miracle tree. How much can he do? Zero spotted out the rest of Team Flash, giving them a bit of a pressure and a bit of aid to his side of Kim. Here comes a nade, but Kim's down, but the nade's still there now.
Really choked out that space up against Team Flash as well as eArena. And eArena, they only have one member inside the zone. A bit more to work out against the rest of Team Secret.
They need to come. Oh, but Sakura spotted out Juke. That's one, leaving Team Secret down to 2 players. But when it comes to Team Flash, they split it into 2-1 formation, and Doki spotted out Sakura jumping down that building. What a track! Well, he's jumping mid-air to actually knock him down. But instead of Team Flash, they split it two ways here, with VOIN taking covers and scouting out and making sure that he got all the information regarding eArena position. Well, they're the two members holding on Team Secret at the same time, trying to take them down. With no bows at the same time, it's pretty difficult for Team Flash to have those off angle covered. But Zeus is down on the ground, got finished off, leaving only Doki left, who's giving pressure on Tops right now. Zeus will respond to this immediately, but Tops running low and unhealthy HP right now. Will eArena stand by and stand watch, but TODAK just rotated right in the center. We assume now eArena climbed down their high horses, and Doki is in trouble. Two teams aiming down to this one player who has to fight against the world.
He's really trying his best to keep himself afloat. TODAK now repositions. Somehow, he's been able to survive the brunt of all these deathlights all being thrown at him. But the moment that the smoke subsides, he's going to be running out of cover, and now shots being fired back. TODAK goes down as the rest of Team Flash, they finally get activated as they look to run towards the areas where eArena's at.
VOIN keep tossing those nades, hoping it will somehow connect to a side of Joker, but the nades flying over to his side, it's going to be plenty, double more. But at least he managed to finish off and execute on TODAK. Joker, he got back to the boxes of TODAK and kind of chipped down to 50% of HP, but Doki will be the playmaker between these two teams right now. No eyes onto Doki. He might actually backstab them from behind. It's going to be a 3v1 with eArena trying to find any information or glimpse of the play of Team Flash, who is securely just hiding themselves from the view of eArena right now. Tops popped the smoke just to advance forward towards the tree, while Zeus already making a move. Now, watch this closely. Contra. The way.
And Team Flash, they're just so smart. 1 versus 3 in that instance. And he walks into the nade, and that is to their own demise. eArena now down to 2, and still they could not take out Doki.
Doki read Mormon like a book just now. He's going to rotate around the tree one more time. I know exactly where this nade going to land. That was a perfect execution coming up from Doki's side. But for eArena, now the focus is being shifted over to Doki. This gives ample of space to his Team Flash, who have more members compared to these two teams right now. And they're slowly closing in the gap and pushing towards both sides. And it's going to be Sakura taking out Team Secret. But in the meantime, it's going to be a 2v3. Team Flash knows exactly where the rest of eArena is at, and how they will respond to this now.
eArena barely has enough space, and Team Flash, they could just slowly play this one out. A lot of resources are already being depleted from those members of eArena. Joker it's gonna slowly run out, and Team Flash, they're looking to go for the big swing.
Oh! It comes with a vehicle in style, like a movie. They finish things off in a fashion. And that's going to be the other side as well. Noel managed to shut down on Team Secret. Juke managed to get one back. What a trade-off between the three teams. Down to only Juke left. He needs to pop a smoke. He didn't, and that's going to be, Team Secret. He saw some of the players actually being knocked down, but coming in, Kenny with the DPS. What was he thinking? Here comes Frenzy with the Bison. Can they actually do a 1v4? They're willingly giving away their bodies one by one, but Dap at least got a bit of a trade done. But down to the shotgun, there we go. GLU is no more to be seen.
Oh, there's only one member left. And now even more shots being fired towards the direction.
There's no compounds there, and when it comes to this sort of circle, the edge of the land with those rocks is going to be the most amazing one. But we do have some bridge camping going on from eArena. They are stopping vampires. They're reading vampires like a book, but they did not secure with those weapons. Traps turning the tide around for the side of vampires, who's transitioning from the Jogo Pool south to north. Oh, this is not great. That's going to be Eternity. Keep bleeding out. Joker just going to leave. The rest is going to be history. I have to survive for my team. Vampire secured 3 eliminations in there. But and congratulations for Hill. At least it's got down for 1 point finally. While Rosemary, suddenly out of nowhere, he pulling apart from the rest of the team. He always taking the lead and the charge towards the aggressive. Trying to find those points away, but Rosemary trying to go for the high grounds instead. Alva coming up from the other side, but the hovercraft trumps the buggy right now. The hovercraft is one scary machine. That his victim is not there anymore. But Circle will pull back down.
Of the map. Well, FaZe Clan, they got their numbers pretty much round out, size down to only 1, and it makes it easy for Team Flash to go in for the final punishment. And this being Team Flash's.
When you're running means you're definitely dying. For Keem, lucky that he popped the smoke early on. But we're switching to TODAK versus Hill. Seems to be a bit of heated combat between these two teams. But U-High is actually from their back.
Move inbound. It's either taking the fight up against MVKE or move the other way.
But he needs plenty of smoke to actually get into the circle safely. It's a very low distance. And the Viking might get sandwich here.
Yeah, it's just a rough ordeal for those members of Vikings where they're already having their positions locked out by Homebois. And it makes things worse that Hill Esports is just on top of them. So realistically, as much as they're in the zone, there's barely enough cover for them to even consider re-picking up against the rest of Hill. And that grenade somehow finds the clip, and Tin's already down. Tiger says, enough waiting. We're going for that push. And it's going to be a back and forth trade. Bazorix now in a tight corner. Lunti somehow managing to trade right back. And Limboy, he's going to get involved in this mixture as well. Powerjin from the other side. Gets 1 member down, and Woon somehow survives. Lim! With that beautiful spray, not quite enough.
Thanksgiving Day now, you try to gain those points. This is your time to shine. And Limboy, he keeps spraying the same vehicle, but getting none. Tops finally getting ousted by, I think that's going to be Limboy. He survived. He survived and finished off team.
Attacks on both sides. We'll have to see how much can Bazorix actually get involved. Literally doing a Hail Mary.
He's had it enough. Razy, I'm done with this. I just get out, Bazorix. And now Razy going in, and with the help of Razy as well as for the Rose to give the cover fan. That settles the hidden enemy inside of the blanket. Now it's already unfolded, but it's down to unfolding who's getting the chicken between Sam9 and BTR. Both seem to be having almost equal amount of percentage when it comes to who's winning, but when it comes to the circle, since BTR were occupied with Bazorix early on, giving so much ample of time for Sam9 to reposition himself to have a full control of the circle. The moment they want to cross this area, they will be taken out by, it's going to be Firen by Red FaZe instead. They're falling into pieces here. Razy coming in, BTR, Vaxi is down. Razy circling around just to confuse them and attract those attention so they can pick up their fallen mates. But Mika down to 1 HP while Red FaZe and Razy working as a duo. Firen, nobody can actually help him yet. But where are the rest of BTR? Where is Federalis?
Yeah, that's a very big question right now. And same goes, where exactly is U-High? He needs to get involved at the same time. That nade clip over on side of Alzal buys so much time for BTR to take that position away. And here comes Red FaZe. He's gaining all that intel. I believe he knows how to actually play this out. And instead of falling back, he's drawing closer and closer as he will have the rest of BTR send nades towards Mika.
They're forcing Sam9 players to stay in the blue zone with the circle around, with the circling around the cover. Mika, you get crushed down. Red FaZe going in for the CQC, but the shotgun actually made a big play. Mika going into the blue zone for a bit just to make sure the backside vaccine knocked down. It equals out the field with a 2v2, but Sam9 they have a little health remaining on the alive play, but Mika couldn't stand tall. It's down to you to make the call. 1v1. The Terminator of Malaysia, or will be the Terminator coming and hailing from the Philippine side for the Runners versus U-High.
The Filipino Assassino looking to see if he can actually clutch the situation. But U-High, he will have the say to eliminate whatever remaining members out there. Same goes to Federales. He doesn't want Mika to relay any more of their trails. Having a little bit of cover from that shack, is that going to be enough? Yuhai being blinded by the stun grenade, and that allows Federalis to step out. Smart plays coming out of Federalis.
Oh, with the sneaky. Mika's down, finish off. Federalis scores another point here, but within the smoke, we do know both of them inside of the smoke. And Yuhai prep himself with the S12K as well, but the rifle's still in the hands of S12K versus S12K within the smoke. They're trying to find any ceiling. Who's winning? Sam9 Yuhai, or is it Federalis? It did it again.
Ask for something that's a little bit more forgiving. I could say that it might not just be the case for the side of FaZe Clan members, because that member of Homebois found a weapon. And just like that, 2 members taking down Chacho. He's only got a knife. But somehow, he's been able to go in to really cause a dent.
He even tried to stab his teammates. He's traumatized by it, I guess, when it comes to the surprise attack. But here comes Alter Ego. And this is the team that you have under your focus. Probably focusing on them right now. But for the side of Homebois MAQNA, they just have the so-called performance. It's a bit far for Kim to actually give the cover fire with the pizza gun at that. Those recoils are going to be crazy from that distance. But FaZe Clan, oh, they barely managed to heal up. They managed to get away unscathed. Well, these Avias, they always drop around Pochinki. And we do know there's so many teams dropping on top of Pochinki. I don't know if they have a beef against these Avias or what. Or maybe just a flight pod, but it's still Pochinki, man. When it comes to Pochinki, I mean, FaZe Clan definitely kind of regret it. If we haven't dropped ourselves there, probably we don't have to run very last minute. Now it's all about surviving game for them. There's not much firepower, but when it comes to firepower, we do know what this team can actually do. Tom waiting around as Alter Ego crash into their compound, but Rosemary getting those off angle. At the cause of one of the members knocked down as well, but the rest of TODAK is a bit too far of reach. That no way wants to get into Alter Ego's place now.
But he gets caught out, but back towards TODAK. They're charging up against Alter Ego again.
Round 2. Rosemary now on the ground as Snape tried to go and retrieve his teammate. Kenny got shot down by Snape instead with that AUG. Now Snape is going to be 1v1 between him and Frenzy. But the S12K is still going to win over, and it's going to be the whole TODAK eliminated. They're really hunting people down now to Ego. And for Rosemary.
And Oasis going to have a good laugh, but it's going to be Lambo. No laughing matter on how he's being able to trade up 1-for-1, but not quite enough to take out that player out of the vehicle. So Team Flash, they get the better end of the trade out with Levi's now. Also rushing up the hillside. This is between the 2 titans of Vietnam. Throwing whatever grenades that they have at each other. Oh, too close for comfort for Levi's.
1 HP left. It's back to Padawan versus the Master. These Avias, can they hold the hold by all players of Team Secret? 1 nade can finish all of them, but Team Flash now on the hunt as well as these Avias, Levi barely hanging on. We're gonna have Sam Nile having a go. WOIN and the rest of them going back indoors. But Team Flash, they lost 1 player before as well. Starting off as a trio, it's going to be slightly difficult with 1 man short. But on the side of Hill, they will try to leave, I assume, because time probably a high chance it won't be this area that will be in the next circle stage. I don't think anybody coming out from SMB at this point. There's nobody in the SMB.
It's just a very slow approach this time around from inside of Hill. Meanwhile, getting a freebie, just arriving upon the scene. It's going to be QE taking out that player from Glue, and it goes from bad to worse. Glue has not found any points so far, but Hexus is still
there. Yep, that's going to be it. Be the warehouse battle. Team Flash completely obliterated by the hands of Hill. Yes, sorry, top Titan teams have been taken off. Which means Team Flash right now, they're having a bit of trouble, but here comes another team, BTO and FaZe. And that's going to be one of the top Titan teams have been taken off. Which means Team Flash right now, they're having a bit of trouble, but here comes another team, BTO and FaZe Clan, who almost got wiped out early on this Sunday, given another chance, but unfortunately that chance will be wasted away if they cannot win this fight against BTR, but at least a bit of a trading done. Down to only LZ to do the job. FaZe still having a trio on the side of BTR. Now back into the Homebois and back it down. LZ, no it run, no harm. In. But there might be a clash between Alter Ego and Hill because they are just tailing against each other, and Vampire's waiting in the inside as well. Here comes Schraps, aka Lazarus, and MAQNA's down. Mela will be having a bit of a trade. Schraps as well as Snape hopped off, and Rosemary trying to find the rest of them. But can they hold their ground? They spotted Red Bull from behind. And Snape, you have to pick and choose. There's VOIN also here. Are you kidding me? Everyone moving at the same time, same place, and not gonna be everyone alive.
Hoping for so much more up against the rest of VPE. And somehow, there's still one member alive. And here comes M9. The Tigers are out. And they're looking to claw their way through. Not too sure whether if VOIN can hold on because Hill, they're making it rain with those grenades.
Oh, Potato, what's the plan here? Actually steal the point away. Will SM9 let them actually steal it away? But Mika will try to get those points and retrieve as an execution. Coming in with the nades to a straight on point and double down. Voxy next to be the victim in the hands of SM9. Mika, there was a huge nade from the side of SM9. But here comes another team, eArena as well. As we're looking at the...
Whatever space that they can actually find. And here comes some strikes over the back. Sem9 still trying to deter VOIN Donkey, but VOIN Esports, they're just so aware of this situation. But despite that, they don't have any forward vision. Hale still making it rain from the north point. Well, somehow they stay intact. Two members still alive, but now trying to run away from the bullets from Tiger Rex. Where could they realistically go? There's just not much room that they could actually breathe in. And the rest of Sem9, they take this time, get a little reset, and Huey is also putting a little pressure onto the members of Sem9.
Mazel spotted out Huey. He will not let him get out from the shack, but at the same time, he got too much work to do. That's going to be retrieving Mika on the side of Mazel just now, and Fury will take the tag and try to pressure on Go1. They're on the side of Potato and VOIN. Voxy in trouble. Those bouncing nade was somehow hit by the end of the day, but Hill is just hailing them with hand grenades. Yeah, VOIN, they are being clustered together before, and now sandwich between Sem9 and Hill. There's no way out, but oh, speaking of sandwich games, we have third party coming up from the back. Team Secret instead of the 6-time scope, and Voxy landed himself right
from across the corner. Now, up close and personal though, Team Secret decides it's time to crash right through, and decisive as it goes. Zeros goes in for the trade. Tiger trapped with the nade, and it's gonna be Tiki coming in with a flank as well to try to find Tiger right on the corner. Azorix coming from the other side as he's been able to pin one more member out, but he's the only one left standing for Hill. Can he pull it off up against the other two members of Team Secret? And the grenade was good enough to him out.
It's Razy from BTR to finish off. Hill just now from the back as well. Oh, speaking of third party, it never ends in this map of Erangel, but the nade's flying over. It's down to Mazel to make the play. And can he find the last member of Team Secret that's still standing? Doki! He's trying to finish off all those knockdown players by closing in the distance. Here comes the DBS play, but lay him down to 10% of HP. And Doki, as the circle transitioning to slightly...
But it's kind of insane how Team Secret always gets away with murder. Just like that. And Doki's great read, once again, prevailed. Now going back to the side of Mixer Gang, they are gonna fight the blue zone, so that will be claimed eventually by the members of BTR as they try to take on the Homebois MAQNA Esports.
Now it's either BTR Team Secret getting a back-to-back chicken, but for Joker, Doki's got him out. The tracking is driving as fast as lightning now. Joker just push the gas all the way. Team Secret, on the other hand, nobody to compete against instead of this circle because BTR a bit too overoccupied with Homebois down to real. DBS prep in his hand, but look at Redface already prepped the nade over. Well, it's going to be for the Rollers taking the charge here this time. They spotted out one. He managed to get on one. Redface down on the ground. It's gonna be 2v1. Can Homebois MAQNA Esports last player clutch this one out? And TCK, they got bored. They want to do something. They might want to be part of that party too.
Yeah, I mean, all the noise is happening inside this compound. They kind of want to join in. I don't think that anyone sent them invites or whatsoever. Real, he doesn't want those invites to go through because he's doing so much, but he still finds it. Oh, that peak! Kind of loud, Red.
And a big nade dropping in after one to the other. VTR like, why is there one more person here to disrupt our win for the chicken right now? It's gonna be one solo player. It's always gonna be that solo player being such a nuisance towards a team that's trying to win it over. But for Team Secret, look at how sneaky they are playing around the containers. Well, Joker will try to find himself a couple of points before he were gonna go down. But the nades somehow will not connect. Here comes another by Joker. Here comes an S12K. They have nothing to compete against them after they're done with the team in the south just now. Now 15 hand grenades and GK spot them now. If they're not being careful, one by one chip down, raising to 1 to HP, but they need to reload just now. Doki now got cornered down with 1 tree in between. Here comes Federellis fighting on a close quarter against GK. GK will give the cover fire. Federellis back indoors. GK is prepping up the nade. Doki is still cover fire on the high ground. And that's gonna...
Barely made it. They're hoping to do just about enough, but now they gotta really...
He's already got himself a Vector. KTN spotted out Rosemary. Gatslow got shot down. Gatslow is super important, by the way. He's the one that actually gained so much point for the team, but unfortunately, nobody actually ate him in the process. But at least any consolation, they have a 1-to-1 trade. Moana, you need to reload first, buddy. But KTN spotted out and finish off Snape instantly, and then they will pick up on Gatslow. Now for the rest of MXG, can they manage to reset or alter ego? They are digging their own grave here because right now they're down to 3.
And it was a great angle that MXG was really working with, and also great cover fire coming in from the side of KTN to be able to really get the favor of picking up Getslow, and now back up in shape. Meanwhile, Moana doing the same to try to pick up Rosemary, but they're pretty much bunched up in the corner. Alva holding on to that Winchester might be able to cause a dent. And speaking of which, oh, 1 tap was all it took to pin down Getslow for the second time coming.
I like the cameraman already show us the player's cam as well. This is it. Whether we get to see any reaction or not. Rosemary back on the ground, KTN. Moana trying to actually be in the warehouse, hoping Alva will not get spotted out. But KTN, he got a clear shot towards Alva. Makaris will take down Alva instead. KTN couldn't see anything from him. Moana still alive, but pretty unhealthy HP. It's down to KTN versus Moana now, but can they go for the reset for Moana? No, he doesn't have time. While Rosemary bleeds out. Suey Boy feeding the information towards KTN at the same time. Now he's going indoors instead of going from the outside, and he's picking up Rosemary. The perfect time to go. Oh, will he cancel and winning it out? UMP with 4 bullets. You did those bullets, Moana. Oh boy, those 4 bullets. Don't waste it away. He picked up. He gets a refill. Moana trying to finish off Suey Boy. Oh, this is the one that's feeding all the information. But on side of Alva, Moana. And KTN is not resetting his HP as well. And those bullets running low again. He got nothing to work with. Toss that first aid kit if you need to. He got a reset. I think Alva dropped a couple of bullets for him. But the shot still came through.
And Red FaZe already taking charge with a micro Uzi in hand. Limp Boy, can he actually find at least a conversion as he runs right through the door? And Homebois.
Gonna happen that as well. Blue has started to rival FaZe Clan. Sam9 not engaged. We haven't done enough yet because there's some battle going on in eArena and Sam9. And there's a ring around Rosie. This is a real ring around Rosie, like playing a musical jam. Music singing into the ears of eArena right now. They're winning. It's the vehicle in the way. 9 enough. Down to only last player standing when it comes to reading their tactic and movement, and you have to give it to eArena right now. But Ferran down to 5 HP, but Mormon Ellie's eating out that nade as well. But here comes Nikkei Sakura, and that's gonna be 7. One of the top teams. Who would have thought Team Secret is actually taking the podium spot quite plenty of times here today? But Circle Shrink, yes it is. in things slow, knowing the fact the circle is quite centralized on the map just now. They want to play this slow. They don't want to go against all the teams in early conflicts. Nonetheless, BT already scored a 4 early on. We saw they wiped out one of those teams that are being eliminated just now. But as the circle closing, is it going to be water treatment in between? Not the entirety of the season. When it comes to season, this is the first TODAK is not playing.
Formula on how they are operating, especially around Red Bull, Yui, who's, previous members of Asia Esports. But of course, I'll hold that top for now because Team Secret as well as Team Flash, it's seemingly enough that they don't got what, a Pumpy and an M4. This is barely gonna cut it, and the Molotovs are already setting right in. They're gonna burn him up alive. BTR, absolute savages. They don't even look to actually push right through because they don't really have to really put their bodies on line.
Oh, Tops, can he actually save his mate here? I don't think so. Bo's pretty low himself, couldn't hold this line too long. He tried to buy himself time, but how to get out? Tops also got finished off by BTR. Federales taking him away. Now he's down to Bo's by himself. Team Flash, the corner now. Federales also indoors, and it's going to be lots of it to be seen.
That part Esports, they've already got a little bit more grounds covered, and BTR is looking to push.
Oh, Gooey, you don't want to CQC. They will win this fight with CQC. BTR, they're very good at the mid-range and the close quarter combats here. Federala's going for the flanker straight away, but Federala's got knocked out by Gooey and Traps instead. Red FaZe taken out. BTR feels that they are in shambles right now. Is it to revive it? Shot vampires just now from afar. That's a very long shot, by the way. I think it's probably eArena that's most logical at this point. Ooh. But speaking of the logical consequences, it's going to be VOIN on those high grounds. Looking at FaZe Clan. I remember Voxy with those high grounds. And I remember Razy on those high grounds too. So BTR, they only have one. That's not going to be Razy, but this other FaZe Clan, they want to share the shack, which is not going to be enough for 2 people. And VOIN managed to finish off Ace. Respect for the next circle. There's going to be a huge battle between those big squad. They're having a 4 players still alive.
Yeah, and on top of that, this is
faster movement, because when the bar's full, you do know movement-wise it's going to be slightly faster. But for Razy, is ninjaing himself into the circle. Can get it through without being spotted because Hill right now is a bit busy against VOIN. Reaching got knocked down, almost completely got finished off if they manage to toss a nade that's going to be on point. But 3 touch, making sure they will keep it at bay. But here comes a nade. Over toss towards the other end. And Vampire is fighting against Viking. The nades galore going to be right on top of this hill right now between Hill and VOIN. Voxy going in to take the front line with the buggy become the barricade. But the buggy sliding. They don't have that much covers anymore for VOIN now.
Ooh, that was very, very risky. Those exchanges still favoring the side of VOIN Esports. And now the rest of Hill kind of like that one goes in for the pickup. Richard is back up online, but the nade's looking really good. Oh, Razak dodges it, almost having the entire clip of the shell dropping right in front of his face. It's taking quite a while. Both sides really depleting their resources. And finally, the touches actually come from TODAK. eArena, they heard all the ruckus and they want in.
Oh, Tiger managed to take down Zeta first. It's going to be Razak next. Razak on right on top. He didn't see Tiger within those smokes. He didn't manage to finish off and clear off Tiger Axe. Gain himself points. But here comes the eArena from the far now to close. eArena Joker, they keep on the pressure to Hill, still licking their wounds for the fight against VOIN before VOIN be the first one to bite the dust. Well, we're down to 6 teams in stage number 6. It's going to be eArena trying to take those high grounds, but it's going to be another team coming in from behind. KTN, the one-man army. Out of nowhere, popping his head and still those points away.
And then somehow he's been able to reap all the rewards, all because eArena was so occupied. Hill only down to Pazorix hiding inside the smoke. KTN, he's not backing down because he knows he's done just about enough. And perhaps he could actually claim even more. And he's just so sneaky about it. He pokes a little bit, he falls back.
10k at this point, man. I think the fire shot by KTN. KTN on the move. It's going to be Razy against him. And KTN, he wiped out. Position, but they are rotating this way. This seems bad news for KTN. It's straight on the side. It is the Magnus, but he might actually clutch. Oh, that was so close.
Out as well. And by then, I think it'll be a very rowdy fight in between the smokes, which MBK closer, but they're not biting the bait just yet. So eArena
Nate
tries to open up.
Oh, Sakura! That was the biggest break they need attention to. Loosen up, and here comes go time for the son of Woman and TECNO going for both sides here, straight to the crash and towards the compound. Well, they're gonna leave one player on the outskirts to give a cover fire. Sakura taking a charge and lead as well, but eating out another nade. Strong managed to take down TECNO on his knees. TECNO managed to take down on break again before he's knocked down, but Joker will join in. There's no more cover from the back. They're gonna take it indoors.
And now down to Trang. He's gonna be the first line of defense. Nobody to pick up break for the moment. eArena tries to clear every single corner, but they're all being bunched up. WOONT now trying to get the revives done, and that allows space for Moment to also go in for the flank.
Joker managed to take down on Trong. It's sorry, never mind. They managed to return on break. Back to 3v4. Now they have to go for the flank side, but it's going to be so worrying. Didn't see those nades flying over from inside. There's managed to knock down Sakura. Back to 3v3. Back to equal field. Square one. There's going to be an outside finish of Sakura. There's going to be a no reset on that. And Tens and Vikings, they still have a fight. They will not let eArena easily take them out as they're being sieging this compound forever. TECNO, Joker, and now Mormon working out as a triangle, but in any case, Viking can reset back up to 4 players again. They do have better numbers and odds now.
And they're trying to prove that the best defense is the best offense. And they're looking to strike down Joker. He's so low. And Tins is pushing outwards. This might just be the golden break. And with this swing, he might be able to find him, but Tins is being brought down.
Oh, we're looking at WOONT trying to shoot on any heads that can be appeared, but unfortunately for Vikings. Oh, it was so close. But still their best run when it comes to
In for all these players out there. And of course, we can talk a little bit more on that while Potato's getting picked off. So every gas left in the tank over onto this weekend's.
Oh.
And now back into the action. Oh, beautiful stuff coming from WIN. He's always been that. It doesn't seem like there's full commitment up against Vampire Esports, but they're absolutely plotting things up against.
is losing this fight over Team Flash. They're still going to make it to the grand finals for the fans out there. So you guys should support them for the grand finals.
Speaking of healthy notion as well, you know, FaZe Clan, they started inside of La Corberia. This could be their game. But of course, I gotta hold that.
Things down easily tomorrow, and it's plenty if you have more than one team to easily get the smash through implemented on the second map.
Yeah, and of course, all tough into the grenade to really buy time. But the problem is, Hill, they're not biting the bait. Really looking for those angles. He just looked away for a second and instantly they're charging right in.
One,
he finds one.
two.
Can he get 2? Yes, he does. But for the back, they managed to.
That on if GLE reach it on time and can actually save Macari, that would be a really good comeback story. We'll finally get a spot on.
Oh no, Mika, he's also revealing his location. And it took quite a while. And there we go.
By Firan, here comes a crash. 1v3 and got one. Firan, can he hold the ground for himself? But he couldn't. Miles just arrived. Sam9 Mika probably will have to reshift his focus to the back because they are being ambushed by BTR from behind.
Who are in the high ground and they absolutely choked out every single member out of Sam9. Only one remaining though. Barely enough room for Mika. He knows he needs to deal with Red Face, but the moment he turns his attention to Red Face, I think the rest of BTR will also know his location to quickly take him out. So he's got no other choice. He's just got to fight his way out. And now here comes the grenade. Slightly wide. Dealing with the rest of the zone is really down to Zeros to really hold down the line. And they're all side by side. A drive up over on the side of the buggy. And he's managing to put them down. At the same time, now back to the side of GK. He did manage to pick up Doki, and now lock and loaded. The rest of Team Secret got that funnel towards that corner, and now the rest of Alter Ego are slowly depleted. And here comes the rival of TODAK to also make them pay at the very same time. And this is going to be a full rush coming from Dab to really put air to sleep.
Oh, Alter Ego also in trouble. Dab is not stopping. They spotted out the two players of Alter Ego, trying to revive one up. It's going to be MAQNA finally managed to take down MAQNA, who didn't even have the time to reset his HP, but the chase is going to be going on, continuing. Krypton will try to fight for his life. Can he arrive? They spotted out Krypton. Here is a Kryptonite. Blue zone, stage 5. They have to leave those high grounds. Like they're not FaZe Clan, the one that in trouble right now. They can afford to lose quite early. They need to find themselves at least above a point. 0 elimination points right now, but the nade seems to be connecting somehow. But Kanari, he managed to find a good corner down there. Voxy cooking another nade just in case they're trying to get out, but Voxy straight into the guns and they go. Has 12k to finish off the players on the flank side, trying to find an exit out. But Razak tried to find this corner, cleared it up, find out Exos it while it's jumping. Oh boy, this is not great. Face
Any numbers to work with, but
a nade exploded just now. Lambo just around the corner and they got finished. Right now, Noel cooking up, hoping it will somehow connect to it. Razy a bit too late. As that UMP versus that shotgun wins in that very close quarter combat. But back to it as a Vaxi. BTR. Yeah, scattering about just to find the victims here. GLDUV broken information. And we finish off by the rest of BT in this map in the last map of today. But as the circle shrinks, we'll go down south or to the north. Or we'll be in the
looking to close right in. 9 holds the angle. Depth. Finding that knock.
Tomorrow, they can take all their time for tomorrow as well. But we're back to the game. That buys Gooey down on the ground. Homebois will finish off Gooey in an instant. Red Bull barely alive, and that's going to be TODAK. 9. But being shot by BTR from afar. Oh, all of a sudden.
So cheeky, he took his sweet time, but instead he's got his position compromised. He's gonna try to feed those info, and it's gonna be BTR full sending it away into the 3-man stack of TODAK.
They managed to run down. What a timing when it comes to the vehicle. Follow their guts, I assume. And TODAK still rating as a 4. But for Homebois, they only have 1 player with that 3 hand grenades. On the side of Vikings, they only have 4 hand grenades with 2 players and 1 molly. TODAK, they have the numbers, but do they have the vision? They spotted out Trunks, and that's going to be a Viking, leaving only 1 player left. Now, this seems like high chance it's going to be TODAK's going to score the chicken of the last map today. Well, we're looking at Shamil, the last one standing. It's a matter of time, but can he at least get 1 more point out of this very last minute? He got 1. Can he get another? Shamil's down and turn as fast as they can. Because if BTR smash it in...
Fighting tooth and nail for their lives.